The plant pictured here is Petunia hybrida, or the Petunia. Petunia is a low-growing, spreading annual. It usually gets 6 to 15 inches tall. Now, it's going to be very easy to confuse with calibrachoa, but Petunia tends to usually get a bit taller than calibrachoa. And it has more of a decumbent growth form, whereas calibrachoa seems to be more prostrate most of the time. Again, the leaf arrangement of Petunia, just like the leaf arrangement of calibrachoa, is typically alternate, sometimes opposite, and it's really hard to tell a lot of the times because the nodes are so close together. But this picture does show you that decumbent growth form. You see how at the tip of the branch it begins to turn up. And another characteristic of Petunia and also of calibrachoa is that the stems and the flowers too are covered with pubescent hairs that are viscid. They are very sticky to the touch. So if you touch a Petunia, your hands are going to get sticky. And here you can see, again, those hairs more close up. You can see the leaves, not very remarkable, but also retaining some of that pubescence. Now, Petunias have funnel-form flowers. They're usually going to be in the anthocyanin pigments, which is different than calibrachoa. However, there are yellow petunias, so there is some crossover with petunias into the carotenoid pigments. And the same sort of goes for calibrachoa. It began as mostly carotenoid pigments, but you will now find calibrachoas in the anthocyanin pigments. So you can't exactly use that as your main guiding light. They do both have these funnel-form flowers. Now, one thing that does help, if you look at this picture here in the middle, you'll see a Petunia bud that hasn't opened yet, and that makes it very easy to see the calyx lobes. There are usually 5 calyx lobes on Petunias, and they're longer and thinner than the calyx lobes of calibrachoa. So that's one way you can tell the difference. In addition, Petunia flowers are usually larger than calibrachoa flowers, so they're usually 1 to 2 inches in diameter. And now, while the flowers of both Petunia and calibrachoa are funnel form, Petunia flowers are larger, and when you look at the corolla, it's obviously formed from the fusing of 5 petals. The lobes of those 5 fused petals are a bit more distinct on calibrachoa than they are in the Petunia. You can still see them on Petunia, but they're just not quite as prominent. Now, Petunia has been highly hybridized. There are tons of cultivars in all different colors and patterns. They can have stripes, they can have double flowers, so be on the lookout for that. But it is always going to have that 1 to 2 inch in diameter funnel form flower that is viscid to the touch and pubescent. So with that, we conclude our discussion of Petunia hybrida, or the Petunia.